So here's my truck, 2016 Dodge Ram 2500 heavy duty, 6.4 liter gas. Installation started when the box arrived. Got everything put together. I assembled as much as I could prior to having to do everything under the vehicle, following the steps that were on the instructions the entire time. Little snafu though that I hit on my installation. So the bracket for the two trumpets, the nut was actually not welded centered in the hole. So every time I would slide the bolt through the chassis and start to tighten it down, it would actually strip the bolt and try to rethread itself. So hit that snafu. Jason at Kleinn was great. I let him know, sent a couple pictures, and he got a new bracket out to me. So I was able to get that. So just had to undo everything. So I got some experience doing the dual trumpet mount part. I went ahead and put the air tubing from the tank to the manifold. I just put it through some PVC. That way it's just protected from any rocks or road debris that may pop up. That way it doesn't get pinched or hit or punctured, anything like that. And tried to put it through any holes in the frame as well, just to secure it the best as possible. But with the tubing being so rigid, it did make it kind of challenging. Certain bends where I would have liked to go through the frame right there, I actually had to just go around it and kind of do a big swooping instead of all together. You can kind of see a little bit over there on the far right at the end of the step rails where I put the auxiliary air port. That way I can fill the tires or do what I need to do. And then right above that is where the air intake is. So we'll go around to the other side. On this side we have the compressor bracket, and then the compressor as well. It just mounts through the frame. It's pretty straightforward. And then here's the auxiliary air port. It's just mounted on the back of my side steps. And then if you follow the black tube up into the bed, there's the air intake for the compressor. It just runs right there. All that was pretty straightforward. Power, use the ground stud that was already there, and the power cable runs the rest of the way. And then we have the tank. So there's the line to the auxiliary port, and then the main line over to the horn manifold. And I went ahead and put it inside a PVC pipe just to protect it, so if something sharp from the road popped up and hit it, it wouldn't sever the air line. The airline's pretty rigid, so it's kind of, you have to be careful with some of the tight curves. And then the tank was pretty straightforward. Sorry, it rained yesterday, so it's a little bit dirty. Mounted it on, and the power lines, and you can see up there in the top right corner the pressure switch and the red power line for the compressor, and then there's the pressure relief, and then the drain valve. There's already some existing grounding studs on the frame, so I just utilized those instead of creating new ones where I could. So this is the compressor that's grounded to the frame. Utilized the wiring loom, came up the passenger side, and then just kind of follow along. And then we go over the top of the radiator and under the cover. The wiring's still a little mess right here. So on my version of the 2500, there is some auxiliary switches that can be ordered. So I've ordered that. That's my plan, is to wire it in, and the auxiliary switches are inside here. The relays themselves, so you would wire directly into there, and then the switches are inside the cab. However, of course, it's been back ordered by Dodge, so I'm waiting on that. But then I already had some additional post on the battery, so tied into that. And the fuse, it's not mounted yet, just yet. So I'm waiting on that auxiliary switch panel to come in. The auxiliary switch panel actually mounts right here in the large dummy space down below. And that's where I'm going to tie in the switched for the relay, the 12-volt switched, and then also the activation for the horn. I'm going to use that. So it just looks very OEM, and then I'm not drilling any holes in my dash or anything like that.